Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at aerospace engineering.
Yeah, getting into the nitty-gritty.
And, we have a ton of research here and some articles, all to help you.
Prepare for that big internship you're looking at.
Yeah, this is like your secret weapon.
That's right, going beyond the basics.
Stuff to really wow those interviewers.
Absolutely. We'll be covering it all from the fundamental principles you probably already know,
Right.
all the way to the really cutting-edge things like how engineers are tackling the challenges of supersonic flight.
Yeah, and of course we'll make sure you're totally prepped for those tough interview questions they love to ask.
That's right.
So speaking of interview questions, our source material has some sample answers, which I think are really helpful, but,
You can't just memorize them.
no, definitely not.
What's interesting about them, though, is they give you a framework
Yeah.
for how to actually structure your own responses.
Oh,
They really emphasize showcasing your passion. Right.
connecting the theory to real-world applications,
Right.
demonstrating those problem-solving skills.
For sure, for sure. Like, for example, there's this question about designing a small-scale UAV, and the answer talks about using CAD software for 3D modeling and CFD,
Right.
which stands for computational fluid dynamics, for
Yeah.
analyzing airflow.
Yeah, CFD. It's a great example of how you can highlight those practical skills.
Absolutely. And you might be thinking, wait, what exactly is CFD?
Right. So imagine being able to simulate how air flows over a wing
Okay.
or even a whole aircraft using powerful computers.
Wow.
That's CFD in a nutshell. And it's really a crucial tool for aerospace engineers.
It sounds so complicated, though.
It can be,
Yeah.
but the basic idea is pretty intuitive.
Okay.
It basically breaks down the airflow into millions of tiny cells
Okay.
and then uses equations to calculate all those forces and pressures acting on each cell.
Oh, wow.
And this lets engineers predict how the design will actually perform in real-world conditions.
So before you even build the thing, CFD can give you insights into whether or not it'll fly.
It's a total game changer
Wow.
for optimizing designs, reducing development costs, making aircraft safer, more efficient.
Wow. Now, speaking of flight, the source material really dives into those fundamental principles.
Yeah.
We're talking about Bernoulli's principle and Newton's third law.
The cornerstones of
Yeah.
aerospace engineering.
Yeah.
Bernoulli's principle explains how a wing generates lift.
I remember studying this.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I fully grasped it.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So imagine air flowing over the wing.
Okay.
The curved upper surface forces the air to travel a longer distance than the air flowing under the wing.
Okay.
And to keep up, the air on top has to move faster.
Okay.
Bernoulli's principle states that as the speed of a fluid increases, its pressure decreases.
Okay.
So that faster moving air on top creates a low pressure area
Right.
compared to the slower air below.
Got it.
This pressure difference generates lift.
Oh, okay.
It pushes the wing upwards.
So the shape of the wing is crucial.
Absolutely. Every little curve, every twist, every angle.
Wow.
Carefully designed
Yeah.
to optimize lift. And this applies to not just airplanes.
Okay.
It also explains how helicopter blades
Oh, okay.
generate lift and even how birds fly.
So from birds to jumbo jets.
It's all based on this principle.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is.
So what about Newton's third law?
Yeah, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This is behind jet engines and rockets.
And this is the one I always think of rockets.
Exactly.
Blasting off into space.
Right.
Yeah.
Rocket engines burn fuel,
Yeah.
which produces hot gases that are expelled out of the nozzle at high speeds. That's the action.
Right.
The reaction is the force that pushes the rocket up,
Okay.
propelling it into space.
So it's harnessing that equal and opposite force.
Exactly.
So these principles, while seemingly simple,
Right.
they have these profound implications
Absolutely.
for aerospace design.
Underpin everything, from the shape of an aircraft's wings
Yeah.
to the design of powerful rocket engines.
Wow.
But as we get into supersonic flight, things get even more interesting.
Supersonic flight, breaking the sound barrier.
Right.
It sounds so thrilling.
Yeah,
But the source material mentions that it comes with a whole new set of challenges.
it does.
Yeah.
As aircraft approach and exceed the speed of sound,
Yeah.
they encounter these immense aerodynamic forces,
Okay.
extreme temperatures because of air friction,
Wow.
and the infamous sonic boom.
So it's not just about building a powerful enough engine?
No.
Yeah.
The aircraft itself has to be able to withstand these forces.
Right.
And the heat.
Yeah, imagine you're driving a car, and as you speed up, you feel the air pushing back.
Right.
Now imagine that force multiplied hundreds of times over.
Yeah, that's supersonic flight.
That's wild. So how do engineers overcome these challenges?
That's where the innovation comes in.
Okay.
They're developing new materials,
Right.
aerodynamic shapes, even noise reduction technologies to tackle these issues. Take, for example, the use of composite materials.
The source mentioned those.
Yeah.
And it said that they're lighter and stronger than traditional materials?
Much lighter.
Wow.
And stronger. They're revolutionizing aircraft design.
Okay.
Composites, things like carbon fiber.
Okay.
Reinforced polymers offer an incredible strength-to-weight ratio,
Wow.
making them ideal for building lighter, more fuel-efficient aircraft
Right.
that can handle the stresses of supersonic flight.
So instead of heavy metals, we're talking about materials that are strong like steel, but light like plastic.
Kind of, yeah. And this isn't just science fiction.
Right.
These materials are already being used
Oh, wow.
in modern aircraft, even ones you might fly on commercially.
That's fascinating. I had no idea the future of aerospace was already here.
It is, and it's not just limited to materials.
Okay.
The way we power aircraft is evolving too.
Okay.
Electric and hybrid propulsion systems
Oh, wow.
are emerging as potential game changers
That's amazing.
for sustainable aviation.
This is already so insightful, I feel like.
Yeah,
There's so much more to aerospace engineering than meets the eye.
there is.
So we talked about materials and propulsion systems, but what about the design of the aircraft themselves?
Right. How do we make sure that they're not only fast,
Right.
but also stable
Right. And safe.
and safe? That's really important. And that brings us to this concept
Yeah.
of laminar and turbulent flow.
Okay, I've heard those terms, but I'm not entirely sure I understand how it relates to aircraft.
So imagine this laminar flow. It's smooth and orderly, like a nice, gentle stream.
Okay.
Turbulent flow, on the other hand,
Yeah.
that's more chaotic, swirling eddies, unpredictable movements like rapids in a river.
Okay, I can picture that.
Okay, good. So how do these actually impact an aircraft?
Yeah, how do those apply?
So laminar flow is usually what you want
Okay.
because it creates less drag.
Okay.
So the aircraft can move more efficiently through the air.
Makes sense.
Turbulent flow, though, while it does increase drag,
Right.
it can also be good in certain situations.
Okay.
It can actually enhance lift and improve heat transfer,
Oh, okay.
which is super important for managing those extreme temperatures we get at supersonic speeds.
So it's kind of a balancing act.
It is. It's a balancing act.
Okay.
Aerospace engineers, they use all these complex computer simulations,
Right.
wind tunnel testing, to really analyze and control those airflow patterns.
Wow.
They're trying to maximize laminar flow where it's beneficial,
Okay.
while also strategically managing the turbulent flow
Okay.
to enhance performance and safety.
That sounds really complicated.
It is, and it highlights another important part
Yeah.
of aerospace engineering,
Okay.
which is problem solving.
Oh, right.
The source material had some good stuff on this.
Yeah, like what kind of things?
Well, it really emphasized the importance of breaking a large problem
Okay.
down into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Yeah.
That makes it less daunting, and you can focus on specific aspects one at a time.
Yeah, that's a good strategy for any problem, really.
For anything. The source also stressed research,
Right.
simulations, calculations, and of course, rigorous testing.
Yeah, of course.
And it's not just about individual brilliance.
Right.
Collaboration is huge.
Okay.
Seeking expert advice, that's all crucial.
Okay.
Aerospace engineering, it's a team sport.
Yeah, you need lots of different perspectives
Exactly.
to solve these kinds of challenges.
For sure. Now, I'm curious about the different types of propulsion systems
Okay.
used in modern aircraft. The source mentioned turbofan
Right.
and turboprop engines.
Yeah, what are those?
Those are the workhorses of aviation.
Okay.
Turbofan engines are what you see
Okay.
on large commercial airliners.
Okay.
They're incredibly powerful
Yeah.
and efficient, especially at high speeds.
Okay.
They work by drawing in a large volume of air, compressing it,
Mm-hmm.
mixing it with fuel, igniting it,
Yeah.
and that produces thrust.
So they're like giant fans
Essentially, yes,
pushing the aircraft forward.
pushing it forward.
Mm-hmm.
Now, turboprop engines are similar in principle,
Okay.
but they use a propeller
Okay.
to generate the thrust instead of directly expelling those hot gases.
Right.
You'll see those on smaller aircraft,
Yeah.
short-haul flights, regional routes.
Okay. And what about the future of propulsion? The source mentioned electric and hybrid systems.
Oh, that's a really exciting area of research.
Okay.
Electric and hybrid electric propulsion systems.
Yeah.
They offer so much potential for quieter, more fuel-efficient,
Right.
environmentally friendly aircraft.
That's great.
They're not quite ready for transatlantic flights just yet.
Yeah.
But they're already being used in smaller aircraft and drones.
That's cool. So exciting to see how technology is evolving.
It is. Always change, yeah.
To meet the demands for sustainable aviation.
Absolutely, that's right. Now, let's not forget about rocketry.
Okay.
The source went into this concept
Okay.
of specific impulse.
Specific impulse. What's that?
It's this crucial metric for measuring the efficiency of a rocket engine.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that term.
Think of it as like how much bang for your buck you get from your fuel.
Okay.
It tells you how much thrust you get per unit of propellant consumed per second.
Okay.
So higher specific impulse means a more efficient engine.
Okay. So that means you can generate the same amount of thrust, but using less fuel.
Exactly. And that's critical when you're trying to launch something into space.
Right. Every kilogram saved.
Exactly.
Means more payload.
So payload, right.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Now, going back to the internship prep.
Yeah.
The source had some advice on tailoring your answers to show interest in the company you're interviewing with.
It's not just about showing what you know.
Okay.
It's about showing you've done your research.
Right.
That you're genuinely interested in the company's work.
So, for example, if I'm interviewing with a company that's known for supersonic aircraft, I should highlight my interest in that.
Exactly. Mention specific projects.
Okay.
Research papers or technologies.
Right.
You find interesting.
Got it.
Show them you're passionate about what they do.
Okay.
And that you're really eager to contribute to their mission.
So it's about connecting the dots between my skills and their goals.
Connecting the dots.
Okay, cool.
And to stay ahead of the curve, the source also recommended staying updated on the latest developments.
Yeah, so like reading industry journals, following space agencies, attending conferences, that sort of thing.
All of that.
Okay, cool.
It's about cultivating that intellectual curiosity.
Okay.
Staying informed about the cutting edge.
Sounds like continuous learning is essential.
It is. The aerospace industry is constantly evolving.
Right.
Those who are adaptable, eager to learn, they will thrive.
Cool.
Now, there was one more question
that
the source tackled. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, yeah, that question.
The classic.
Yeah, that one always gets me.
But it's a great opportunity to showcase your ambition and vision.
Okay.
The sample answer focuses on gaining practical experience, pursuing certifications,
and
contributing to those really cutting-edge projects.
Okay.
It's about painting that picture of your desired career path within the company.
So it's not just about getting the internship. It's about...
It's bigger than that.
Demonstrating commitment.
It is.
To a career.
Yes, a long-term career in aerospace engineering.
So you're not just looking for a job, but a path.
A path.
To a fulfilling and impactful career.
That's it.
In this field.
Exactly.
Wow, this deep dive has been incredible. It's like we strapped ourselves to a rocket.
I know, right?
From how a wing creates lift to electric propulsion, supersonic flight, it's mind-blowing.
It's a lot to take in.
It really is. Aerospace engineering is a field that just keeps pushing the limits.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the technology either.
Right.
What really struck me was that focus on problem solving and collaboration. That commitment to safety. It's inspiring to see how those values go hand in hand.
Yeah, for sure. Thinking back to the interview tips we discussed, they focus a lot on technical skills.
Right.
But what about those softer skills?
Oh, those are so important.
Like communication, teamwork. How important are those in this field?
You're right. Technical expertise is essential. But it's those human elements that really set you apart.
Okay.
In my experience, interviewers are looking for people who can explain their ideas clearly.
Okay.
People who can work well in a team.
Right.
Think critically when things get tough.
Right.
It's about being a well-rounded engineer.
So being able to explain even complex concepts in a way that anyone can understand is a valuable skill.
Absolutely. Think about it.
Yeah.
You might be working with colleagues from different backgrounds.
Right.
Or presenting to people who aren't technical.
Yeah.
You have to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Right.
That your ideas are actually heard.
Makes sense. You wouldn't want a great design to fail just because someone couldn't explain it.
Exactly. So thinking about everything we've talked about.
Yeah.
What are your biggest takeaways for your internship?
Well, I definitely need to brush up on those flight principles.
Good idea.
It's one thing to memorize them,
right?
But it's another to really get how they work in the real world.
Exactly. It's not about memorizing.
Right.
It's about understanding.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Really dig into those concepts.
Yeah.
And connect that theory to what you see in practice.
Okay, I'll do that. I also need to do more research on the company I'm interviewing with.
Yeah, that's key.
Showing that I'm genuinely interested in what they do.
Absolutely. Go beyond just their website.
Okay.
Look into their projects, their publications, any news about them.
Okay.
It shows you're really interested.
Okay.
And that you're serious about contributing.
And of course, prepare those answers to those classic interview questions.
Yeah.
Showcasing my skills and experiences.
Right, but remember, it's a conversation,
Okay.
not an interrogation.
Right.
Be yourself, be enthusiastic,
Mm-hmm.
let your passion shine through.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, you might even have a really interesting conversation.
I'm actually getting excited about the interview now.
That's great.
This deep dive has given me so much more confidence.
I'm glad to hear that.
I have a better idea of what to focus on.
As we wrap up this whirlwind tour of aerospace engineering,
Yeah.
is there anything that really stood out to you?
What really struck me was how fast this field is changing.
It is. It's incredible.
Electric propulsion, new materials, supersonic flight. What's next?
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's constantly pushing those boundaries.
What other breakthroughs are coming?
Who knows? Maybe you'll be one of the pioneers.
Well, on that note, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for guiding me through all this amazing knowledge and insight.
Anytime, I have no doubt you'll do great things.
To all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep questioning.
Never stop reaching.
And never stop reaching for the stars.
Yeah.